Stop scrolling, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, and clear your schedule. Because what I am about to show you isn't just a car review, it is a documented autopsy of Western automotive arrogance, a play-by-play breakdown of how the established world order of vehicles was dismantled not by a traditional rival like Toyota or Volkswagen, but by a smartphone manufacturer that decided to treat the auto industry like just another app to be debugged and dominated. We need to have a serious conversation about what happened in Beijing a few weeks ago, because the ripple effects are going to hit your driveway whether you like it or not. You remember the Apple car, right? Project Titan? It was supposed to be the moonshot of the century, a vehicle that would redefine transportation the way the iPhone redefined communication, backed by the deepest cash reserves in corporate history, staffed by the brightest minds poached from Tesla and Mercedes, and given a blank check to innovate. 10 years. 10 long years of rumors, leaked renders, and hype cycles about a van without a steering wheel, only for Tim Cook to quietly sign the death certificate and walk away, leaving us with nothing but a lost decade of potential innovation. But while Apple was struggling to figure out how to make a car turn left, Xiaomi, a company that 3 years ago was strictly known for making budget-friendly Android phones that competed in the low-margin trenches of consumer electronics, did the impossible. They built this. This is the Xiaomi SU7, and I need you to understand the sheer weight of this moment, because this isn't just a new electric vehicle entering a crowded market. It is a screaming siren announcing that the barrier to entry for building a world-class car has effectively collapsed, and the companies that spent a century building moats around their technology are about to watch those moats evaporate. Lei Jun, the CEO of Xiaomi, stood on stage and uttered a phrase that should terrify every executive in Detroit and Stuttgart. 1,006 days. That is the time it took Xiaomi to go from a standing start, from a company that had never welded a chassis or tuned a suspension, to a production-ready, road-legal, 700-horsepower masterpiece that rolled off a brand-new, fully automated assembly line. That timeline is insane. For context, Tesla took nearly 5 years to deliver the first Model S, and they were struggling with production hell for years after that. Apple gave up entirely. Xiaomi just did it. And they didn't build a compromised first attempt filled with bugs and plastic panels. They built a car that makes the Tesla Model 3 feel like a relic from a bygone era, and the Porsche Taycan look like a bad investment decision. Let's start with the exterior design, because this is the first place where the disrespect becomes tangible. You look at the silhouette of the SU7 and your brain instantly maps it to a Porsche Taycan, and the critics on the internet who love to defend the status quo will immediately scream copycat. But if you stand in front of this car, if you run your hand along the body lines, you realize that calling it a copycat is a lazy dismissal of engineering brilliance. Xiaomi didn't copy the Porsche for aesthetics. They arrived at the same shape because they were chasing the same physics. The holy grail of electric vehicle design is aerodynamic efficiency, and Xiaomi didn't just want to be good, they wanted to hold the record. The drag coefficient of this car is 0.195. Let me explain why that number matters. It makes the SU7 the most aerodynamic mass-production car in the history of the world. It slips through the air cleaner than a Mercedes EQS, cleaner than a Tesla Model S, and cleaner than a Lucid Air. In the EV game, aero is range, aero is performance, aero is everything. Every millimeter of this body has been wind tunnel tested to the point of obsession. Look at the front fascia. It is almost entirely sealed. There is a tiny inlet at the bottom for cooling, but the rest is smooth, sculpted plastic designed to cut the air like a knife. The hood has these subtle power bulges that channel air up and over the A-pillars to reduce wind noise and turbulence at the base of the windshield. The mirrors. Oh, these mirrors are a work of art. They are frameless, reducing drag, and mounted on these elegant stalks that vibrate at a frequency designed to shake off water droplets in the rain so you can actually see what's behind you. And look at the wheels. Xiaomi offers an active aero wheel cover that is magnetically attached. At low speeds, the spokes are open to allow brake cooling. At highway speeds, the covers close up to create a flat disc, smoothing the airflow and adding kilometers of range. It is this level of microscopic attention to detail that separates a tech company from a traditional car company. Tech companies iterate, they optimize, they sweat the small stuff. Traditional car companies just slap on some plastic and call it a day. And the paint, my God, the paint. Xiaomi built a paint shop from scratch specifically for this car, investing nearly $200 million just on the coating process. Why? Because they knew that the first thing a customer touches is the paint. This is a 9-layer coating process with robotic application precision that results in a depth of gloss that makes a Tesla Model 3 look like it was sprayed with a rattle can in a dusty garage. There is zero orange peel. It looks like liquid metal. It is excessive, it is dramatic, and it makes a statement. We are not here to play.
Now, open the door, because this is where the Xiaomi SU7 absolutely destroys the Tesla Model 3, takes its lunch money, and sends it home crying. Tesla interiors are famous for minimalism. Elon Musk calls it futuristic. I call it cheap. In a Model 3, you sit in a cabin that is 90% air and 10% hard plastic. You get a steering wheel, a massive screen, and a plank of wood. That's it. To adjust your mirrors, you have to dig through a touchscreen menu. To open the glove box, you have to dig through a touchscreen menu. To turn on the defroster, you take your eyes off the road to hunt for a digital button. It is a UX nightmare disguised as innovation. Xiaomi looked at that and said no. Inside the SU7, you are greeted by an environment that feels like the bridge of a starship mixed with a luxury lounge. The first thing you notice is the material quality. This is not the scratchy, hard plastic you find in a $50,000 German sedan. You are surrounded by soft-touch Nappa leather that is quilted and stitched by hand. The dashboard is wrapped in sustainable vegan leather that feels like butter. The trim cases are real aluminum, cool to the touch, not painted plastic. There is even a ceramic-like material on the center console that is resistant to scratches and fingerprints. It feels expensive. It feels like a $100,000 car. But the real revolution here is the screen setup. You have a 16.1-inch 3K central control screen in the middle, and yes, it is huge, but crucially, you have a 7.1-inch digital instrument cluster directly in front of the driver. Imagine that, a car that actually shows you your speed and navigation map without forcing you to turn your head. It is such a simple concept, yet Tesla abandoned it to save a few $100. And the driver's screen isn't just a cheap add-on, it's a high-resolution flip-up display that is clear and legible in direct sunlight. Behind the steering wheel, there is a powerful head-up display, HUD, that projects essential information onto the windshield so your eyes never leave the road. But the killer app, the feature that defines this car, is the phone integration. Xiaomi sells hundreds of millions of phones, and they leverage that ecosystem in a way Apple only dreamed of. The car runs on Xiaomi's HyperOS, and it is designed to be an extension of your digital life. You walk up to the car with your Xiaomi phone in your pocket. The car detects your approach via UWB, ultra-wideband technology. The mirrors light up, the door handles pop out, and the door actually swings open for you. You sit down, and the seat automatically adjusts to your saved profile. You place your phone on the magnetic charging pad on the dashboard, and instantly, the car becomes your phone. Your navigation routes transfer seamlessly, your music starts exactly where you left off, and your wallpaper syncs with the car's display. It is not Bluetooth pairing, it is device continuity. You can even control the car's functions from your phone while you are standing outside of it. Lock the doors, turn on the AC, check the battery, or summon the car out of a tight parking spot. There is even a CarPlay-style integration for iPhone users, but let's be honest, this system is better. There are apps for everything. You can control your smart home devices from the dashboard. You can order food. You can access the internet.
And because Xiaomi is a tech company, they've added features that car companies would never think of. For example, there's a dedicated space for a phone mount on the dashboard that is integrated into the design, so it doesn't look like an afterthought. And the cup holders? They have adjustable depth so your latte doesn't tip over when you corner hard. It is this level of thoughtfulness that makes the Tesla Model 3 feel like a beta test.
But you're thinking it's a tech car. It must drive like a numb appliance, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. Xiaomi didn't just want to build a gadget, they wanted to build a driver's car. To do that, they poached some of the best engineering talent from BMW, Mercedes, and Tesla. They set up a massive R&D center and tested this car in the snow, in the desert, and on the Nürburgring. The result is a chassis that defies the car's weight. The SU7 is available in 3 main trims, but the one we are looking at is the SU7 Max, and it is an absolute monster. It uses a dual-motor, all-wheel drive setup. The front motor produces 295 horsepower, and the rear motor churns out 378 horsepower for a combined output of 673 horsepower and 838 nanometers of torque. Let those numbers sink in. This is a sedan that produces more power than a Ferrari Roma. It launches from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 2.78 seconds. That is supercar territory. It is faster than a Tesla Model 3 Performance. It is faster than a Porsche Taycan 4S. And it doesn't just go fast in a straight line. It corners with a flatness and precision that is genuinely shocking. The car uses a double wishbone front suspension and a 5-link rear suspension, which is the gold standard for performance vehicles. But the real magic is the optional air suspension with continuous damping control. This system scans the road surface with cameras and sensors 500 times a second. It sees a pothole coming, and before the tire even hits it, the suspension softens the damper to absorb the impact, then instantly stiffens it back up to keep the car stable. It is like driving on a magic carpet. You hit a bump, and the car just glides over it. You throw it into a corner, and the air suspension lowers the car and stiffens up to reduce body roll. It is a dual-personality chassis, comfortable when you want it to be, and razor-sharp when you need it to be. And the steering? It is precise, weighted nicely, and offers actual feedback through the wheel, something that is sorely lacking in most modern EVs. The brakes are equally impressive. The top-spec models feature Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, which are fade-resistant and offer massive stopping power. You can stop this 2-ton missile from 100 kilometers an hour in just 33 meters. That is a shorter stopping distance than most sports cars.
Now, let's talk about the battery and charging, because this is where Tesla really shows its age. The automotive industry is currently engaged in a battery arms race, and Xiaomi just dropped a nuke. While Tesla is still largely relying on 400-volt architecture for the Model 3 and Model Y, Xiaomi went straight for the jugular with an 800-volt platform. What does this mean for you, the driver? It means speed. Charging speed. The SU7 Max is equipped with CATL's Keelan battery, which is a cell-to-pack or CTP design that is revolutionary. It has a capacity of 101 kilowatt-hours, providing a CLTC range of over 800 kilometers, roughly 500 miles. But the capacity isn't the story, the charging speed is. Because of the 800-volt architecture, this car can accept up to 871 kilowatts of charging power. Now, you won't find a charger that fast on the street today, but on a standard 600-kilowatt ultra-fast charger that is common in China, you can go from 10% battery to 80% in just 15 minutes. Let me paint a picture for you. You are on a road trip, you stop for a bathroom break, you buy a coffee, you scroll TikTok for 5 minutes, and by the time you get back to the car, you have added 400 kilometers of range. In comparison, a Model 3 on a V3 supercharger takes about 30 minutes to get to 80%. Xiaomi has effectively cut your charging time in half. And it's not just about speed, it's about durability. The battery has an advanced thermal management system that keeps the cells at the optimal temperature, extending their lifespan over 15 years or 300,000 kilometers. It is a technological tour de force. And for the base models, Xiaomi offers a BYD Blade battery, which is renowned for its safety and structural integrity. So you have options: LFP for safety and value, or NMC for range and speed. Tesla offers this too, but Xiaomi's implementation of the 800-volt architecture across the board is a major differentiator. It future-proofs the car for the next generation of charging infrastructure. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the price. This is the part where you need to sit down. The Xiaomi SU7 starts in China at 215,900 RMB, which converts to roughly $30,000 USD. That base model, for 30 grand, gives you a 700-kilometer range CLTC, a rear-wheel drive motor with 295 horsepower, and that stunning interior. But the Max version, the one with the 673 horsepower, the 800-volt charging, the air suspension, the Nappa leather, the active aero, the Brembo brakes, and the 500-mile range, is priced at 299,900 RMB. That converts to roughly $42,000 USD. I want you to really process this. For $42,000, you are getting a car that is faster, has better build quality, has a more luxurious interior, charges quicker, has more advanced tech integration, and looks more expensive than a Tesla Model S Plaid, which costs nearly $90,000. Even compared to the Tesla Model 3 Performance, which starts at around $55,000 in the US, the Xiaomi SU7 Max is $13,000 cheaper and objectively better in almost every metric. It has a rear screen for passengers, which Tesla deleted to save cost. It has a front trunk, which is actually usable because Xiaomi didn't stuff it full of wiring harnesses. It has physical buttons for essential functions. It has a powered trunk lid. It is a complete package. If this car were sold in the United States at that price, the market would implode overnight. Tesla would be forced to slash prices by 30% just to stay competitive. BMW and Audi would have to rewrite their entire pricing strategies. It is an extinction event for the status quo. But here is the brutal, frustrating, maddening reality that we have to live with. You probably can't buy this. We in the West are fenced in. We're protected by tariffs and trade wars. The Biden administration has slapped a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs, effectively doubling the price to protect American jobs. We are told that Chinese cars are unsafe, that they're spyware, that they're made with forced labor. We are fed a steady diet of fear-mongering to justify paying premium prices for inferior technology. And look, I am not a geopolitical analyst. I am a car guy. But looking at this car, driving this car, touching this car, I can tell you one thing with absolute certainty. The American auto industry is not competing. They're hiding. They're hiding behind the skirts of the governments because they cannot build a car this good for this price. If they could, they would do it, but they don't. They give us refreshes that move a vent or change a bumper and call it a new model year. They spend billions on marketing to tell us how premium their plastic interiors are. Meanwhile, Xiaomi is out here giving us a literal spaceship for the price of a Honda Accord. It is a scam.